Chlamydia Burns, Grace Randolph. And we're going to kick off first with her movie math, where she is coming out and she is spiking the football with regards to Predator Badlands. This movie has beat the haters, apparently, according to Chlamydia Burns, Grace Randolph.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Movie Math, where Disney has really needed a win. I mean, they have Lilo and Stitch, but otherwise, it's been one of their worst years ever. But you know who else is having a bad time right now?
Well, Grace, if based off of what we've seen on Twitter?
Hollywood in general, coming off of one of the worst Octobers in the history of the industry. But yeah, Disney's really leading that loser brigade, or at least they were, because they got a big win this weekend with Predator Badlands. Oh my!
Big win. The rom-com, according to Grace, Predator Badlands, a major win. Now this has been broken down. This movie, if you adjust for inflation, actually made less and sold less tickets than Alien versus Predator, which came out in 2007, I believe. So again, adjusted for inflation, it did not beat Alien versus Predator from back in the early 2000s.
My gosh.
But that's not stopping Grace from coming out and spiking the football. This movie has beaten the haters, just like Agatha did.
What a story.
Oh, yes, it was 2004. The sequel was in 2007. My bad. Yes, sorry.
It has 20 the highest opening weekend for the franchise ever, with a 4 in front of it. A 4! Oh, we're going to break that all down.
Look how excited she is.
But also, I want to point out the critics gave it the highest Rotten Tomatoes score in franchise history. But even more important than that, it has the highest audience score, both Rotten Tomatoes and Cinema Score, in the franchise's history.
Now, again, Rotten Tomatoes, the gold standard. The gold standard. I've been hearing this in my comment section all week since I dropped the video. It has a 95% audience score, an 85% critic score, A- on Cinema Score. I guess that means that you're not allowed to not like it. You're not allowed to dislike it. You're not allowed to talk shit on it. You have to just shut your mouth and accept that it's a win for Disney. You got to give it to Disney. And I'm not doing that. By the way, my like versus dislike ratio on that video is higher than the audience score. So I guess a lot of people, even fans of the movie, must agree with me, Grace.
History. That's particularly important because there was a concentrated effort from toxic hate groups to try and take that down the movie. Look, you don't have to like.
Now, chat, I have a question. Was there a review bombing campaign against Alien or against Predator Badlands? Excuse me. Was there a review bombing campaign used against it? I don't recall ever hearing anybody say that. I think my theory on Predator Badlands is pretty much fans of the original, people like myself and a lot of people who love the original. We've been getting bad Predator movies for decades. We've been getting bad Predator movies for decades. So something like this coming out, it's not as big of a radical shift as, say, Disney, when Disney bought Star Wars and when Disney fucked up the MCU, how radical of a different, how bad it was compared to what came previously. Disney's acquisition of Predator isn't as radical of a drop. You could even perhaps argue that it's gotten slightly better under Disney. I actually didn't mind the Prey movie all that much. I didn't think it was terrible. It was probably the best of the recent post 2000 Predator movies. If I had to say, I didn't mind that one all that much, surprisingly. But again, nowhere close to the original, and this one is even farther from the original to me. But anyway, we've been getting bad Predator movies for decades. So I think it's just a fact that there is no hate campaign because the fans of the original, they've just already tuned out. They've accepted that, it's already dead and gone to a lot of those original Predator fans, and they don't give a shit. They see this movie, they see the headlines talking about the kind-hearted, cute and friendly and sweet Predator, and they're just like, yeah, I'm not watching this. And not a lot of people did watch this, and it still has the potential, despite these amazing numbers Grace Randolph is talking about, it still has a chance to bomb at the box office. It still has a chance to not make its money back. If it makes a profit, it's going to be a very, very slight profit. Anyway, continue, Grace.
Like Predator Badlands. But if you're going to make it your whole identity, at least for the next week or so, then you might maybe be a toxic hate channel. All right, so anyway.
Oh, you gotta love that. There you go. If you make it your identity to come out. So I guess if you just upload multiple videos and do multiple streams criticizing this movie because, Rotten Tomatoes, the gold standard, Cinema Score, the gold standard, Grace Randolph, of course, the gold standard. If you are criticizing the movie on a regular basis, you're a toxic hate channel. And you're also an incel, as she said on X.
So review bombing didn't work. I mean, look how high these,
Who was, again, I just talked about it. Nobody was review bombing this. Everybody who didn't like the movie or didn't care about the movie, they just tuned the fuck out. They don't give a shit. They didn't go see the movie, or you got a Captain Jack Sparrow copy of the movie like I did because I'm not giving Disney my money.
The Cinema Score can't be review bombed, but the fact that the Predator Badlands Rotten
Lime Man making a really good point. Yeah, I'm sure this movie wasn't positively review bombing. There is such a thing as positive review bombing. And I'm sure these Disney adults, this Disney modern audience, because it pushed the message that they wanted it to push, they were here giving it a 10 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. I guarantee that probably happened. Thank you, Lime Man. That's a really good point.
Audience score has stayed so high. It's amazing. You want to know even something more amazing? It's getting such a good audience reaction that some of the hate content about the movie is getting called out by the viewers of that content. They're like, I think you might have maybe got a little too far this time. Because
not on my video. Not on my, actually, can I show this? Hang on? I want to make sure I don't dox myself here. Can I show this? I'm going to try and show you guys this so you know I'm not lying. I'm going to try and show you guys this so you know I'm not lying. I don't want to spoil my video tomorrow either. Hang on, let me just make sure there's nothing on here. Okay, we're good. All right. Here's my analytics for the video. There it is. Look at that. 97%, 1,658 likes, 44 dislikes. So, Gracie, apparently, nobody's been calling me out from my own audience. Actually, my own audience, all of you, actually kind of enjoyed my ripping of the Disney modern audience in that video for how insane they are. But apparently people, again, these people never show any receipts or any examples as to what the fuck they're talking about. According to Grace, though, the toxic haters are being called out by their own audience. Grace, show us the evidence next time, please.
Some of the hate content about the movie is getting called out by the viewers of that content. They're like, I think you might have maybe got a little too far this time. Because
they're spiking the football, man.
Everybody thinks it's great. I mean, even people who don't like everything about it are like, but I have to say otherwise, it's actually a pretty good movie. Is Predator Badlands so good that it might have actually put a crack in the hate that has consumed movies and television since?
Wow. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Has Predator Badlands put a crack in the toxic hate? Has it exposed the toxic hate channels as the grifters that they clearly are, as Grace Randolph screams to the high heavens that we clearly are? Clearly she's on her high horse on this one. I don't know. Is she sitting on a vibrator or some shit on this? I don't know, you guys, but she's a little like she's like turned on to this to the point that it's like kind of becoming a little bit sexual, if I do say so myself.
Disney Star Wars and the whole DC debacle with the Snyderverse, that would be amazing. What if we looked back and we were like, this was the beginning of the end of that hate? Well, at least.
Well, I think due to recent events, as you've seen on Twitter and everyone making video, I think Grace is finding out the hard way with her Super Mario Galaxy take. I think she's finding out the hard way that the toxic internet is still alive and well. Chat. What do you guys think? I think she is indeed finding out the hard way.